Thanks for rejoining us for BRMC's Healthy Connections with our special guest today, Diane Van Gulik, who is the coordinator of the Muroc Family Education Center on Aging. Betty Braswell is here, and we have Jackie Barvell. So we're delighted to have all of you here today.
Thank you.
What else is going on over at the Muroc House?
Well, we have lots of educational programs coming up. In May, we have on May the 10th at 1 o'clock, Maggie Danforth.
Oh,
You met her?
she's a wonderful nutritionist.
Yes.
Yes, and she has many other skills as well. She's
yeah.
wonderful.
She's come over a couple times already and did some talks for us, and she's going to be back. She's going to talk to us about a dietary approach to reducing arthritis.
Ah.
So, reducing that inflammation in the joints. So that's on Tuesday, May 10th at 1 o'clock.
That'll be real beneficial.
It will, yes.
Real beneficial.
Yes. And of course, I think a lot of people have arthritis, so that class will be good for a lot of different people. And then on Friday, May 20th, Dr. Jessica Brown. She's a physical therapist over at the BRMC Bone and Joint Clinic. She comes over quite often and helps us with different things, with different classes. And she's going to talk about aging in place, how to stay safe and be able to stay in your home and continue to live actively and independent.
That's great. Yes.
So that's on May the 20th at 1 o'clock over at the center. And just in June, we've got some classes coming up in June too. And we have one that's called Slips, Trips, and Falls.
Get rid of those throw rugs, ladies and
Exactly,
gentlemen.
yes. This is Joyce Yarbrough, that she's going to come over. She also works at the Bone and Joint Clinic with Jessica. And she's going to come and talk to us about minimizing fall risks, that sort of thing. So we got a lot going on in the spring.
Yes, you certainly
We do.
do.
Yeah.
You certainly do.
Yeah.
And I know both of them will give people ideas and thoughts and tips that they may not have thought of. There's sometimes things we just don't think of. One of the things that I see is that older folks are always encouraged to have more light than what they've had in the past. Always make sure that your rooms are well lit. But sometimes those cords are everywhere, sort of like at the TV station with Gil, that you can trip over them.
That's right.
So it's a real trip risk. So I know that they'll have lots of great tips to share with folks.
Well, we have some support groups that we've added this year.
Oh, good. What's going on?
So we have already been having the Alzheimer's Dementia Caregiver Support Group, and they meet the fourth Friday of the month at 2 o'clock. We have added 2 other support groups for people caring for their loved one with dementia, and they're out in Marion County.
Oh,
We have one at the Marion County Senior Center, and they meet the 4th Tuesday of each month at 1 o'clock out there. And then there's another one that we're holding in the evenings, because some of these caregivers, they are part-time caregivers. They're working part-time, and then they're also caring for mom or dad at home. And we have this one in the evening at 6 o'clock at the Flippo's Carefree Living. They have a little room over there that we're using, and that's the 2nd Thursday of each month. So that's over in Bull Shoals.
Great.
So that's those caregiver support groups are really important. People find a lot of education, helpful tips, but that encouragement, they're not alone in this. There's other people dealing with the same thing.
And as you said, the tip, sometimes you're so caught up, the old adage of you can't see the forest for the trees, that you really, something may be very simple that you could change or just tweak a little bit to help your loved one and to help you in your caregiving, that you'll get from a support group like this that you just will not think of on your own. You can't, your mind is in a million directions, a little bit scattered sometimes. So it's important to share with others.
Well, we still have our Parkinson's support group, and that meets the first Wednesday of each month at 11. And then we have our Better Breathers, and they're the 2nd Friday of each month at 2 o'clock. And we also have a new one. It's a depression support group. We've been going for about 3 months now. And we're meeting the first Friday at 3 o'clock. And there's about 5 of us that meet together and just encourage each other, you know, with our outlook on life and staying healthy with our nutrition and exercise, staying active. And some of these people have been actually getting together outside of the support group, going to dinner together.
Oh, how nice.
Yeah.
Depression caused by like situational depression where they've lost a loved one.
Grief.
Where, yeah.
Yeah, we have a lot of that. And then just, you know, sometimes medication can cause depression or a chronic illness, things like that. So
Absolutely.
they're very glad to have a place that they can come and talk about, you know, sort through their feelings and know that others are feeling the same way,
Right,
and
they're
it's not
alone.
unusual.
They are
Yeah.
not- and this too shall pass.
Exactly,
and
yeah.
here's some ways to do it.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
So, and then we just started last Friday a multiple sclerosis support group for MS patients. And this is the third Friday of each month at 2 o'clock. And we have 6 people that attend that, and it's facilitated by a nurse who also has MS. So that's going to be a really good group for people in our area.
And it's nice that you all can come on the show and share what's going on so that people realize you can get stronger through exercise.
Right.
And it's got to be, as far as clarity, not only your body but your mind and the socialization.
Oh,
I think
Yeah.
that's
very much
I think
so.
that's very crucial, isn't it?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a place to go and see some familiar faces and get a hug or a warm smile.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
They have movie reviews, restaurant
Reviews.
reviews. and they're
Really?
great.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my! Oh my! I'm gonna have to stop in on
Stop
that.
in.
Yeah, and say, and did you see? Okay, how did Batman and Superman come out? Yeah.
Book reviews.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Yeah,
great.
very
That's
social.
wonderful to hear, right? And especially from your teaching years, all of that. I'm sure that the books are a love, and it's nice to be able to share that information with others.
Yeah, so you're not only getting the help to me from the workshops or from the exercise, but also from the people that you meet, because not only do you get the information, but sometimes you run into people that one-on-one you can get additional ideas, and just so many different people I've met and so many new friends that I met through the exercise especially, but some of the other workshops and things too. That's another advantage.
Yeah, and all of these are free. I think that's
Yes.
it's important. So, for instance, we're able to do this. Diane's able to do all of these programs that are so beneficial to so many because of things like hanging out in the hangar, which is a fundraiser. That's where the ticket monies are going. I think people forget sometimes that our hospital's a 501c3, and whatever we raise goes right back into the community houses, different equipment or technology for the hospital, whatever is needed, wherever we see the biggest needs. So please, hanging out in the hangar, come out and support it
Yes.
to continue these wonderful programs. I feel like we're on public television right now.
Yes.
And you've got a safe driver program.
We do. They're the first. That's the first Monday of each month, unless there's a holiday, then it gets bumped to another day in the month. But
Now, is there a charge on that one? I think
we
that's
do.
the only
We do
one.
need to charge for that because that's an AARP fee that we have to
that
pay.
you have to pay.
Right, for each participant. So if you're an ARP member, it's $15 for the class, and if you're a non-member, it's just $20.
Yeah, which is
But you get a discount on your insurance premiums as well.
Right.
that's worth it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So.
And I understand that a lot of insurance companies are starting to require the class if you're over 65.
I think I'll be there at the next one. I need to do that.
So,
Well, I want to thank all of you for coming on the show today. I know sometimes that's a little scary for everyone to do a TV show, but Diane's becoming an old hand at it. She just, oh yeah, we'll just be fine, and we are. Tell us again how people can reach you.
okay. Well, our phone number at the Muroc House is 508-3880. They can call. We're there Monday through Friday from 9 to 4, and they can call during that time. And if for some reason we can't get to the phone, there's a message box that they can leave a message in, and we'll call them back if they leave their name and number. So that's 508-3880. 3880.
And the only other thing I will encourage, if you're new to town, if you aren't that familiar with the hospital, if you've not had to use the community houses before, they are directly across from the Klein Emergency Center entrance of the hospital. There's a big parking lot, and then the community houses are all in a row, well labeled, a lot of signage, so it's really hard to miss them, but plenty of parking. So come on down and join in the fun.
Yes.
And get healthy while you're doing
Lots
it.
of action, lots of fun.
Well, thank you all. Will you come back and see me again? I'd
Oh,
love to
sure.
have you on the
Thank
show.
you.
Absolutely.
You're wonderful guests. All right. And thank you for joining us today for BRMC's Healthy Connections.